Oh, it's the day before Halloween. Actually, I don't know what it is. Hey guys, what's up? It's Tommy, and today I'm reviewing a very festive Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, of course, this is kind of like a Christmas toy, or is it actually Halloween? I never know if this is a Christmas or Halloween film. I think it's perfect for both. So Diamond Select have been putting out these awesome collector's action figures. These aren't for children. These are just for collectors. So I was less than pleased, to say it a little politely, with their Jack Skeleton figures in this line. But I love the aesthetics of these three guys. I never knew their names, but it's Lock, Shock, and Barrel, apparently. I don't know who's who, but I'd assume it's going like that. But I just short, tall, which that's usually how I saw it. And they come with the tub that they use to kidnap people. There's a great description of them on the back. But yeah, I was less than pleased with the Jack Skeletons that I reviewed 2 years ago, I think. It's been so long. So when I saw that these were being created, I had to pick them up. I wasn't sure whether to pick them up in the Diamond Select scale or the Mini-Mate scale, so obviously I picked them up in both. That's fine with me if it's fine with you. So let's open this huge box up. In a few days, it's recycling day, so I'll be able to throw this in the recycling. First thing I'm noticing is not only does it come with crazy accessories, you have 3 little stands for these guys, so that's a great inclusion. And here is a little advertisement thing. When I was a kid, I would love getting all these little types of advertisements and just looking through all the type of figures you can get in the future. Collection dolls, select action figures. We're the Mini-Mates here, though. Yo! Yes, Series 1, I planned on reviewing all of them, but I didn't like the Jack Skeleton at all, so I didn't review any of them. So I'm back. Series 3. Let's check this out. Alright guys, let's talk about the good of these figures first before I start roasting them. So they're out of the package, and the greatest things, hands down, are as follows. 1, the sculpt. These things look incredible. They totally captured the aesthetic of Nightmare Before Christmas absolutely perfectly. And what I love about Diamond Select is they actually say who does the sculpting on their packaging, which is kind of cool. I see that a lot in 12-inch figures, like Hot Toys and stuff. They say the creators and stuff, but it's cool to see it on figures of this size, because it's always nice to give a little shout out to the artists behind these sculptures, in a sense, that we own, these little toy sculptures. Second thing I love with it is the value. You see, you get 3 figures. You get the mask, the candy, and then this bathtub for the whole $25. This is just an incredible value. And the stands. I forgot about those 3 stands that I showed you at the beginning. This is simply unheard of really anywhere in the toy industry, unless you go to like a Dollar General or something and just buy a bunch of really crappy toys that'll break in 5 minutes or something of playing with it for a few dollars or something. But this is just mind-blowing how much we got as consumers for this $25. And you'd think somewhere, somehow, that has to makes sense, and I'll point that out a little later. But I also want to point out just the incredible paintwork. You see on this bathtub, they did a ton of really great wash, a ton of really great details to just really show how aged and how kind of gnarly this bathtub is. The bottom's a different color than the rest of it. It's just, I'm blown away by this level of detail that wasn't needed at all. And if it wasn't there, I wouldn't have noticed it. But because they added it, it just made this figure so elevated, this collection, this set so elevated, and just really kind of something special. Because as a reviewer, this is really fun for me to review, because I can gush over how great it is, and it's rare that I get to find a figure set that I can actually be really excited about, and it comes across in the review. So that's happening right now. These parts are actually a softer plastic than the rest of it, so they are a little bendy, and just incredible detail in this. And all right, so the bad part. All right, I gushed so much. Look at this paint, though. Let's just talk about the paint just a little more. It's beautiful. You know, you might have a little discretion. You might have a little misstep here or there, but overall, the paint and everything is really fresh, really clean. It's nice sculpture all around. This is what most companies should try and attain when it comes to figures with so many parts yet so little paint issues, which is great. The only issue is they use twist ties on these guys, so you might run into a little bit of left behind markage, as I'd say, which you can see there from where this guy was held in. I'm not seeing it really on the rest of them, but that's always something very unfortunate when it happens. The masks, let's see if they actually fit these guys. Do they fit right on? Because that's something to be concerned about if they don't. All right, so this guy, is it on there? Nope. Maybe this is where they fall apart. Or maybe I'm just really bad at applying masks. All right, I'm not able to get this one on that well. I'll press harder, a little harder, and there it goes on. So right there you can see some elements of paint. Maybe that was from me pushing it. But yes, apply force if you want to get these masks on. That's my recommendation to you. So 1 out of 3 fits easily. Now let's see if number 2 goes in easily. There are some pegs for it. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly where they're supposed to go. Maybe it would be easier if those pegs weren't there, because they're having a little difficulty fitting under those 2 locks of hair. But last time I just pressed really hard and it fit, so I'm going to do the same this time, and there you go. It went right on when I applied a lot of pressure. It's not a perfect fit from the side, but from the front, it looks very good. So there we go, 2 out of 3. I got the mask on, and now let's do this one, the last and hopefully easiest of the 3, and boom, there you go. That was easy as anything, and it looks great. Unfortunately, this witch hat is not removable, so unfortunately this is going to be in the shade for this whole review. And then he also comes with a lollipop, but his hands are open, so he's not going to be holding that anytime now. So that's always a bummer when that happens. So I think you'd need some tape or something to just tape it there if you want him to hold it like that or something. But it's nice they included it, but it's always confusing when they do things like that. They include an accessory, but no way to use it. All right, let's talk the negative. Let's wrap this up. The worst part of this figure is articulation, and also because of the articulation with the hands on this guy right here, they're sticking out, and they're likely to fall out. I don't know what that's happening, but other than that, the articulation is really, really inhibited. You're not going to get a lot. All of these guys have barely any articulation, so I don't know if I would have preferred these guys as figures or just like statues, because these are really like 1980s, early 90s level of articulation. You're really not seeing a lot. It's mostly just the arms can move. Basic 5. Not even 5 here or there, some places 4, just really bare bones articulation, but a lot of people don't mind, and do I mind? Just a little bit. I always like to see more, and it always scares me, articulation-wise, when a peg is so flimsy like we're seeing here, because it has to carry this heavy weight of the hat. So I'd say be careful with that in the future. But we get so much value with these guys, so you can easily throw them in the bathtub, and even though you can't pose them, you can make a nice little diorama. Oh, let me zoom out. You can just pose them in the bathtub, make your own nice little diorama set piece, have it ready for Halloween or Christmas, because as we all know, the day after Halloween, Christmas music starts playing on the radios, and this movie fits for both of those times. So I wouldn't say that this is a perfect set. I'd say value-wise it's perfect. Articulation-wise brings it down, but I'd say it's anywhere from an 8 to 9 out of 10, which is really rare for me to do. I usually rip things apart, but I think that this is a really great figure collection, and Diamond Select Toys should be proud of what they accomplished with this. This, I paid $25 on Amazon.com, but I think there's a cheaper version without the bathtub that you can find at Toys R Us. And one last negative before I go. I was trying to get the base on these guys for the pose for the thumbnail, and unfortunately I just can't get it into this foot. So that might be something you have to deal with. You might have to use like an air dryer or something to make this plastic a little more easier to have the stand going. But it's not like this figure doesn't really stand well on its own. You just gotta finagle the feet and stuff, because this hat is very heavy and it is doable as I'm showing you here, but it's bound to fall down. So happy hunting, dudes. Hope your toy travelings go well, and hope you find sick toys like this. Cheers.